your car, you lose the race.
You lose.
Hey man, pulling the fourth right there is not too fucking bad, bro.
Don't go trying to be a hero.
I mean, like how that started,
Who opens a sealed gate with explosives? There's gotta be an easier way, right?
Desert zone.
This sand sure is slippery. Careful. We've got enemies approaching.
Android desert.
These machines are talking.
Yeah, I've heard from the Resistance that they've been seeing this a lot lately. Couldn't tell you why, though.
Scary.
It's heading for that rocky area.
Individual target ID marked.
what's his channel name?
These names are so clever.
What's that?
Analysis. It is the ruin of a former human residential area. Large numbers of humans resided in such concrete and metal shelters. The structures were referred to by names such as apartment complex. Report. Mail notification received from access point.
Target confirmed. Let's get him.
Hello, how are you? Androids are scary. Scary. So scary. Could stay back. Everyone dead. You are false. You will
Hey, what's up, Matt? Yeah, I'm doing good, dude. Thanks for asking, brother. Hopefully you're doing good too.
run, run.
what makes them choose these words.
These are android bodies.
Hypothesis. They were killed by local machine life forms.
What are they doing here?
Unknown.
It's like they were gathered here. There it goes!
They don't give up. Run. Run. Must run.
Multiple machines detected ahead. But what's with these android bodies?
Stay focused.
Child. Child. Child.
What is this?
My love. My love.
Don't listen to them, 2B.
Together forever. Together forever. Gary. Gary.
They don't have any feelings. They're just imitating human speech. Let's take them out.
Feed me love. 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 I'll get you for this.
Oh.
Kill the androids. Kill, destroy. I love you. Kill, hatred, pain, slaughter. This cannot continue. This cannot continue. This cannot continue.
Okay.
This cannot continue. This cannot continue. This cannot continue. This cannot continue.
Jesus.
Cannot continue. This 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 cannot continue.
What's happening?
An android?
No! This is a machine!
Hold on, headphones are dying. Why? How is he gaining levels?
Sword. Dodge. Projectile. Deflect.
I think he's evolving. We better finish this quick.
Is this really a machine? Damn it, not another one.
We gotta get out of here! Come on! Through that hole! It stopped. Looks like we're safe now.
What the hell just happened?
I know. I've never seen a machine like that before. We better report this to command. Let's move to an area with better reception so we can contact command. Okay, this is good. We should be able to reach command here. 9S to bunker. Do you copy?
I read you, 9S. Go ahead.
Operator, we just encountered a pair of humanoid machines. We weren't able to capture them, but I have combat data ready for upload.
Understood. Ready to receive.
Hopefully you can get something out of it. Whew. I think we've earned a breather. Say 2B? I was hoping we could talk about our next move. I'm worried about the damage we took in that last battle with the machines. Maybe we should return to the resistance camp to resupply and conduct maintenance?
All right, let's go back.
You got it.
Oh my SOG.
Operator to 9S.
This is 9S. Go ahead.
I have an incoming message for 2B and 9S from the commander. Initiating playback.
2B, 9S. We've lost contact with several Yorha units that were on their way to the surface. Their black boxes are online, so we presume they're still alive. We've tracked the location of their signals, so I need all Yorha units on the surface to head over and investigate. End transmission.
I heard something about that back at the resistance camp.
Target location confirmed. I'm worried about the other androids. We should probably check this out as soon as possible. Looks like our surface route's been cut off. Maybe we can get through from underground. So 2B, those machines out in the desert look just like androids, right?
Right.
But we androids were modeled after our human creators. So why would machines try to look like us?
There's no point trying to work out unsolvable problems.
I suppose.
Complete.
Was I just fishing?
What are those? What the?
Well, this is weird.
Let's be happy together, together, together.
Where does this corridor lead? We're getting resistance signals from that building over there.
We need a way through.
Let's look around for a route we can take.
Let's dance, let's dance. Let's play, 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 let's play, let's sing, let's sing, let's play, play, play. Let's play, let's play.
These machines are heavily armed. We'll regret it later if we let them escape. So let's take them out. Do you really think it's a good idea to leave that tank behind?
If they aren't hostile, fighting them is a waste of time. What's this?
Analysis. It is a device that propels humans on rails at high speeds for the purposes of amusement. It was commonly referred to as a roller coaster.
Humans sure are strange creatures. Hey, 2B?
Yes?
People who know me well usually call me Nines. So what do you think? I mean, if you want to call me Nines, it's totally okay. Oh. Alright.
Alert. Multiple resistance members detected beneath this room.
What the hell?
Our records don't say anything about a machine like this. If we take hacking damage, it'll affect our bodies as well. 2B!
Beautiful. Beautiful. I must see you.
Those look like corpses.
Are we seriously being attacked with dead androids?
Wait, I don't think... 2B! I'm detecting black box signals. They're dead. They've been turned into weapons.
Oh, this end is mad.
I've almost analyzed the enemy's hacking pattern. I'm going to try to hack it back. Keep it busy.
You got it.
Alert. Saturation attack triggered by enemy consciousness data. Failure to destroy it quickly may lead to serious damage in memory regions.
Thanks for the assist.
Oh, you mean the hacking? No worries. Us scanners are pretty good at that kind of thing. I've got your back anytime. I'm sorry, 2B. Their circuits are fried. I think they were only being kept alive by that enemy.
Oh.
So,
What is it?
that machine had some pretty weird things to say, huh? It's almost like it had actual emotion.
The machines don't have feelings. You said that yourself.
Yeah, I guess.
Hostiles!
I am not hostile.
Huh?
You defeated broken machine. You saved us.
This thing is awfully verbose for a machine.
We repay you. Come to our village.
It could be a trap. Still, we should at least head over there and gather data, right?
What's that?
Oh, right. You wouldn't have seen that before. They're sending supplies up from Earth to the moon and the bunker. There are no spare parts or fuel in space, after all.
Huh. So why don't the machines, or the aliens who created them, attack the bunker directly? They originally came here from outer space, right?
Well, there are a few theories about that, but no one knows for sure. Hard to tell what an alien is thinking, you know?
They all have white flags.
Looks like they really don't want to fight.
Hello. Before we begin, there's something you must understand. We are not your enemies.
2B! We can't trust anything the machines say.
I understand that you see us as the enemy, but... Well, anyway. My name is Pascal. I'm the leader of this village. Those who reside here desire nothing more than to live a peaceful existence. Look around for yourself. You'll see that it's true.
She sure cares about her little sister, huh? Still, it's pretty funny to hear machines talk about siblings. Do you think she just means they were built at the same factory or something?
Maybe.
Operator 60 to 2B. Time for your regularly scheduled contact.
2B here. What's wrong?
Oh. There's this operator I kind of liked, but when I asked her out, she turned me down. Honestly, 2B, I don't know how I'm supposed to go on living.
I am definitely not the person to discuss this with.
I don't think I can stand spending one more day in this bunker.
You leaving would be bad for me. It would affect mission efficiency.
Are you saying you need me, 2B?
All Model B combat units require the assistance of an operator. So,
2B?
that's all. Closing this channel.
Yo, what's going on, Levi? Sorry, I haven't been talking at all. Just playing some Nier. They got some DLC coming out soon, so I figured I'd just get back into it. Get my bearings straight before I hop into that, so. My head is so tiny. Yeah, no, I'm just sitting real low in my chair right now. So what is that? I think it's not even, it's just my nose and up. Didn't want to get in the middle of the action. About to close up shop though, that's what's up, bro. Gonna be playing any games tonight?
to us directly.
Now do you believe we're not a threat?
Your mouth can say anything it wants, but you still don't have a heart.
I suppose that's
About the size of your happiness right now. Oh man, that's no good.
Whenever you like.
Hope everything's okay, brother. So we're saying. No games tonight. Take your son to speech therapy, then drive to Atlanta. Oh, okay. Well, hey, Atlanta seems like, is that going to be business or pleasure? Pleasure going to the aquarium. There you go. Nice, dude. Well, that's what's up, you know. Hopefully that's going to be a good time. Everything's going to be looking up, you know. All you got to do is take it one day at a time, my man. Only business I drive far away for is Willie Nelson's smoke shop, like 10 hours. Oh, my. Willie Nelson's smoke shop. What would you get there? That's the question. I've actually never heard of it. What's there? Is it like a regular smoke shop or is it like a smoke shop? Wait, you guys can't have dispensaries. No, definitely not. You guys actually, I think, like went way more harsh on your laws. Something that would knock you out for sure. Where is that? 10 hours away? What state is it in? Yeah, no, I was considering that. I figured that. Wait, where in the world am I going right now? Oh, yeah. I think North Carolina or Kansas or some shit. I don't know. My dad told me about it. Said what he smoked put him straight on his ass. Yeah, well, Willie Nelson is a man of culture, so he knows what's a good. I'm sure it would even put me on my ass. And I like to do it a lot. Was that a wild boar, dude? Boar and moose? I don't even know what I need any of that for yet. Snoop is afraid to smoke with Willie again? Oh my god. I've never heard that, but in some odd way I believe it. I'd rather eat it. Coughing up a lung's not fun anymore. You just have to take it easy, you know? You gotta go nice and slow. Take small hits, you know? Smoke J's too. That's also something I've learned. Smoke J's. Don't go for like a bowl or a bong or anything anymore. That stuff will eat you up. Nice smooth J. Oh yeah. That reminds me. No, seriously, where do I... Oh, do I have to go back through the sewer? That sucks, I gotta run all the way through here, but I can find that guy's music box while I'm at the frickin' carnival. And then I gotta go save that girl in the desert. But can I get to the desert from the carnival? I don't know. I'm pretty sure I can. Pretty sure that's where that other place leads to. Fucking baby puffs. Dude, a gravity bong, bro? You're talking about coughing up a lung? You're literally asking for death. Like straight death, dude. Oh my god. My cousins do gravity bongs still down in, where are they at? South Carolina? Oh my god. I couldn't even imagine, bro. I did one of them with them. Was literally dead for the whole rest of the family reunion, the whole party. I was like, oh, I'm never gonna do that again. That's like a worse cough than that time I did a dab. I was like done for 3 days. I couldn't imagine. Yeah, those were high school days though, for sure. Hold up. Hold up. I don't have to go that way no more. I've always loved this song. Hold up. Wait, is that red circle where I should look? Hold up.
Is this the music box she was looking for?
I picked that up 3
this thing is
times.
all rusted over.
Look, a corpse.
You think the box belonged to her? Poor girl died a long time ago by the looks of it.
Let's bring this back to her friend.
Cool. Okay, music box, quiet. Okay. Damn, actually my cousin went to the aquarium. Now that you said that. I don't know why that just like popped in my head. I want to go to the aquarium. It'd be a bromance trip though, because I got no ladies or no kids in my life at this point. Oh! Okay, that's right, you can fall. Forgot. She picks up some speed. Yo, what you guys got in the shop? Are you the... I want to speak with the weapons trader. Damn, these weapons are just powerful. Jesus. Combo level 4. That was a good weapon. Hey man, yeah, get back to work, brother. Thanks for stopping by, as usual. Have fun at the aquarium tomorrow, brother.
What's that noise?
2B, this is an emergency transmission from the bunker. We're reading a Goliath-class enemy inside the city ruins. And it looks like there are a ton of other machines there with it. All Yorha units should proceed and engage immediately.
A Goliath? This was a trap. I knew it!
I promise you, we were not aware of this information. I realize the odds of you believing me are strikingly low, but I hope you will nonetheless.
We'll sort it out later. Let's go.
B. Command is deploying new flight units for us. They just set the coordinates, so let's get going.
On it.
Wait, are those my flight suits? Nope, I don't think so.
Probably shouldn't get near that guy's feet. Yeah, no. Let's find another one. The flight units should be on the roof of that building up ahead. It'll be dangerous, but we're not going anywhere unless we pass through that Goliath's lens. We should be careful. on central wiring hub. Flight units while we can.
Target enemies offline. That should do it for the Goliaths.
Look out! It's recharging!
Enemy vibrations are growing in intensity. It's resonating in tandem with the area beneath the combat zone.
What the...
Unbelievable. The aliens who haven't revealed themselves in hundreds of years were hiding underground?
I don't personally think I'll get it. Especially since my fucking corner's fucked up there.
Yorha, this is your commander. For the first time in centuries, we've intercepted a signal belonging to the aliens. These are the creatures that are in direct command of the machine lifeforms on this planet. If we can destroy them, we can end this long and arduous war once and for all. Our intel team is hard at work attempting to analyze the source of the signal, but we're not there yet. We need more data. All Yorha units are hereby ordered to prioritize data collection above all else. We can't let this chance slip through our fingers. Glory to mankind.
I used Command's data to determine the signal's source and marked it on the map. But it seems to be underground. Like, way underground.
Guess we'll see once we get there. If we're lucky.
You're not much for plans, are you, 2B? We picked up the signal under the caved-in area. Let's go check it out.
Report. Mail notification received from Access.
What is this?
Analysis. It is a cave-in caused by the collapse of an open space underground.
Why is there such a huge cavern beneath the city? That's a weird-looking enemy.
Jesus.
The ground is caved in. There must have been a hollow down there this whole time. This hallway looks pretty old. Look at all these dead machines. Seems like they've been here for a long time.
What is this place?
I don't know. There's nothing like it in the database.
Are they dead?
2B, look!
Destroyed alien motherships.
Welcome to the graveyard of our creators.
You.
2B, look out!
My name is Adam. The aliens you seek are no longer here. They were wiped out centuries ago.
Eh? Can I kill him yet?
Relax, Eve. We're still negotiating here.
Fine.
By us, the machines.
Wiped out?
And who knows? Perhaps we'll wipe out the androids next. Machines are weapons capable of evolution. We can grow. We can become aware. Eventually, the intelligence within our network began to surpass that of our creators. You'd probably be surprised at how quickly it happened.
You destroyed your own creators?
Oh, there's no need to fret about them. They were simple, infantile, almost like plants, I guess you would say. They held no value to us, but the humans we ruled, now they are interested.
Why that?
Because they are an enigma. They kill uncountable numbers of their own kind, and yet loved in equal measure. It's fascinating, don't you think? What could possibly drive such behavior? We have dedicated ourselves to unraveling this riddle of humanity, and now we will allow you to assist us. You were made in their image, after all. locate the humans on the moon and bring them to us. We will then dissect and analyze them in order to drag their secrets forth into the light. Surely you see the attraction of this.
Are you insane? We'd never do that! Can you believe this, 2B? This is bonkers.
Well, I suppose this concludes negotiations. The only remaining option is to destroy you. The same way we destroyed these pathetic little aliens. Time grows short. This year, this is the fate that befell our creators.
As for your beloved humans, I guess we'll see, won't we?
They're gone.
The aliens were already dead.
Yeah. We better get back to the bunker. Back this way again? What a pain.
Stop complaining.
Yeah.
2B, this is Operator 60. We now have an operational transporter in the city ruins. We're attempting to deploy them at other points as well.
About time we had access to those.
Care to fill me in?
Transporters? They let you transfer your consciousness to a temporary body back in the bunker. I heard some tech guys talking about it a while ago, but I didn't know they'd finally got it working. Anyway, I'll mark the positional data on the map.
How's it hanging?
You again.
Your commander told me to build a new access point, so here you go. Oh, and I got the stupid transporter up and running too.
Thank you?
I've known the commander for a while now. She sure is good at pawning work off on people. Next time you see her, give her some lip for me, will ya?
So this has a transporter now, huh?
Still, transporters are pretty handy. They're way faster than flight units when it comes to traveling between Earth and the bunker. Flight units also leave us open to attack, and they're expensive to operate, too.
Finally, fast travel. Jesus. Gonna make this game so much easier.
That concludes our report on the
I'm
events
gonna go
surrounding
snag
the
some
alien
food real
wreckage.
quick.
Then they were dead this
Still
whole
gonna be
time.
listening though,
The
so
Council of
BRB.
Humanity needs time to formulate a plan. Until then, this information must be kept confidential. Speak of it to no one. Of course, your next mission is to gather additional intel on the individual known as Pascal.
You mean that freaky machine we ran into?
This order comes directly from the Council. Knowledge of such unique individuals is essential for the success of future missions. Understood.
Bye, 9S. Oh, shit.
Yeah, the commander sure is a slave driver, huh? And now we have to go back to the city ruins. Why don't we rest a little bit, 2B? It's been a while.
I'll rest if I feel like it.
Marking objects likely to be the targeted packages.
I can't get them out like this. Ugh, better make a path first. Okay, that should be all of the packages. Places look familiar. One looks like the amusement park, one looks like the desert, and one looks like the forest. Let's keep our eyes open next time we're in any of those areas.
Fable is one of those lost franchises, a trilogy of games that most of its fans regard as a masterpiece in some capacity. The franchise's legacy stalled on a bit of a sour note back in 2012 when Peter Molyneux departed Lionhead Studios. And Microsoft decided that the best way to honor Fable's 3-game legacy was to drive it face-first into the ground with a series of decisions that can only be described as how much money can we make off of people's love for a franchise. So now the main series has remained dormant since 2010, leaving in its wake a lot of people who fondly remember the franchise as something that used to be fantastic. So I figured I'd take a look at the first game in the series and see if it truly holds up as something worthwhile to play today. In a surprise twist, I actually won't be covering the entire franchise in one 4-hour-long video, so we can all breathe a sigh of relief there. What I will be doing is playing through the Anniversary Edition of Fable that was released for PC back in 2014, 10 years after the original release of the first game. Alright, let's get to it. So right out of the gate, we have the difficulty settings, which make me feel bad about my life if I choose the option for the game to be set to the original difficulty. I think I'll stick with the OG difficulty here, just because it's probably more accurate to the original experience. Alright, so this whole thing kicks off with this storybook-esque introduction about a boy who daydreamed about being a powerful warrior or wizard or just an evil dude. The foreshadowing is a little on the nose, but I think they were just trying to get the player straight into the game. This is only further evidenced by your dad going, "Hey, you gotta get your sister a birthday present. I know you're like 10 years old, but I'm not gonna bail you out." He then proceeds to bail you out by offering you 1 gold piece for every good deed you do around the area. I'm unsure how much this is in this universe, but it's a lot of gold for a kid by D&D standards. I imagine if this is as much as I think it is, I'll have enough left over to reconstruct my actual horror movie face. So you start talking to the townsfolk about their various woes, and figuring out how to help them. The first thing I actually wound up doing was taking a bribe from this guy who's cheating on his wife out behind a house. Kind of a weird place for it, but alright. He offers me a gold piece to keep my mouth shut about seeing him together with some chick who wasn't his wife. So I take this guy's bribe, and then the game tells me that I have committed a bad deed, and basically my karma's gone down. I don't care about that because, realistically, who's gonna find out, right?
I've heard reports that you've been doing bad deeds. Accessory to improper man and lady behavior.
Alright, I guess someone saw me take the bribe and decided to report me. This is a pretty weak way of introducing the player to the concept of, hey, if you do bad things, the guards are gonna chastise you for it. While it is a bit cheeky, I guess I just would have preferred something more obvious. Like, say a thief-type guy had me steal a pendant for 3 gold pieces, and told me that I would take the fall if anyone found out. I think something like that would have been a little less ridiculous. But either way, you go around this tutorial area while performing various actions for whoever needs them, and earn enough money to buy a box of chocolates for your sister. This includes telling the woman about her cheating husband, beating the ever-living fuck out of this town bully,
Why are you playing with baby toys and little girls? What are you doing? What are you doing?
and then returning a teddy bear to a little girl. Though it does bother me that this woman had no idea about her husband and the side chick getting it on, but the town guard somehow did, the tutorial area is short and sweet, and fine enough for a 2004 game to get its point across. So you return to your cross-eyed ginger of a sister and give her the chocolates, and you both prepare to leave as bandits come storming into the town and start slaughtering villagers. Your sister tells your character to hide, and he does so behind the best cover of all, a wooden fence with a huge amount of space between each board.
Got one!
So this whole thing apparently happened because the bandits came looking for you for some reason. To find you, they massacred the entire town and tortured and killed both your mom and your horrendously disfigured potato of a sister. Apparently, she didn't take her own advice of hiding behind something obvious and looking like Kevin from Home Alone. As brutal as this was, I have to say I almost feel like I'm being shoehorned into being the good character at this point. I mean, this is pretty much the basic setup for the tragic hero archetype. Of course, it's possible that will change, but the game rewards you thrice for being a good Samaritan and lectures you for doing something even slightly bad. And then it goes on to tell you that your entire family was killed by villainous bandits. I guess it feels like it takes that whole concept of, hey, you can be good or evil, and then just pushes you heavily to be heroic. The game further compounds on this sentiment with the introduction of Maze. He saves you from a bandit who charges at you while you continue to Macaulay Culkin of your big dead dad. He then tells you that he's the leader of something called the Heroes Guild. He whisks you away to the guild and basically abducts you into the lifestyle of a hero. It's all extraordinarily quick. Hey kid, I know your whole family and everyone you ever knew died before your eyes in a brutal and unforgiving slaughter, but hey, you gotta be up bright and early for your hero classes. Okay, bye. So you meet your roommate, who's a solid 2 inches taller and 30 years older, judging by her face. She goes, "Yeah, I had this room to myself, but I guess I don't get that anymore. Oh well, let's go to class. Yeah, my family just died, but yeah, sure, let's make me feel bad for taking up space in your room." You report over to this fella for your big training, which consists of stepping into this gladiator pit ring thing.
Get in the ring.
Then the guard alarm is sounded and this guy goes, "Huh? That's the alarm. There's trouble in the woods. Go take care of it, new kid. Then we can actually get to your training." Well, if that's not the most ass-backwards thing I've ever heard in a game, I'm not sure what tops it. To be fair, it's not much of a task, seeing as they sound the alarms if beetles get near the guild, apparently. So moving into the future has your character advance in age, wisdom, and strength, but apparently not height. So after robbing the entire library of its books and performing a traditional Russian dance for the shopkeeper, he was very impressed. I start to head on over to the objective before my controller tells me that it's thirsty for some Duracells by having my character become really interested in this fence over here. Then it's back to a bunch of training with these 3 different types of combat skills. Melee seems pretty basic, and I like the rolling. It's easy to see how inspired Dark Souls was by this game. The ranged combat is a bit more sketchy. Of course, you have your patented console game auto-lock, but you also have free aim, which makes me feel bad about my life. Then you have the final form of combat, lightning hands. I don't know how to feel about lightning hands because I can snap them from one dummy to the others in less than half a second, but I guess I'll have to see how it plays out in real combat. From here I can advance to adulthood, or go play with Whisper in the woods. I opt for the latter of the two, and we run into some bandits who apparently are just grumbling to themselves and looking like bandits. Whisper suggests that I murder them with a bow, or my Sith lightning. And so I take a few shots at them while they struggle to shoot at my 3' 6" frame. After I'm done brutally taking their lives, Whisper cheers and goes, "We did it! We, you and me, we both did it. At the same time, we did it. Did you see the way that your arrow went through that one's eye?" I'm gonna go tell our teacher that you massacred those 3 humans just now. Okay, bye. And so you advance into adulthood, which concludes with you practicing your skills on maze one more time before receiving the title of hero. You're walked through the relatively basic skill system, which allows you to trade your experience points for more strength, speed, sneaking, magic, pretty much everything you could want in a basic action RPG game. One thing I particularly enjoy is the idea that you need to upgrade your physique to use bigger weapons in the game. And finally, you're left to your own devices, which basically involves you taking story quests or optional quests from the big table in the middle. The introductory bit of this game feels extremely cut and dry, and more about getting the tutorial for all of the mechanics out of the way than actually writing a compelling story. I mean, obviously your whole family dying because bandits were looking for you for some reason is definitely somewhat intriguing, but the execution of tossing your character through Hogwarts for many years in a training montage is kind of lackluster. Either way, I can't actually help but be excited to dive into the meat of this game with all of the possibilities I've been shown so far. So here's my first major take about this game. It's bizarre. And that's not a bad thing, because honestly I can't think of another game that's just like Fable. Sure, you can say that the dated combat mechanics show up in other games, or the upgrade system isn't particularly unique, but there's this reputation system that affects how people treat you. They might cheer, they might cower, they might just ridicule you. The people you interact with are these strange and bright cartoon characters that range from dopey and drunken townsfolk to smug heroes who look down on you as a simple farmer. Your choice of armor or clothing might mean the difference between protecting yourself in combat but looking extremely ugly to other people, or it might mean that you're an unarmored glass cannon, but hey, you look beautiful. The sneak system has your character do this weird lazy hunch, and this eye in the top right corner tells you how many people see you. There's this constant disembodied voice of the guildmaster telling you where to go and what new things are happening at all times. The blacksmith calls out that he has shields and armor, and he has neither of those. Villagers and vendors tell you your next objective location when you walk by them constantly. The game is just really goddamn weird, but it also oozes charm, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So the first thing that the main quest has you do is slay a wasp queen and a bunch of regular wasps that seem to be carnivorous. I think the lightning might be a bit overtuned, but it sure does get the job done. Also, the wasps in this game sound like pigs. I haven't figured out why. From here, you head on over to the main city of the game, Bowerstone. Upon arrival, you're told that your horror movie monster of a sister might have actually survived the attack, but they're still unsure. After this, you can do whatever you want again, which for me involved picking up a few side quests. So Fable has this thing called a boast system. Basically, it's a way of adding more challenge to your quests, while risking some money in exchange for more of it. When you boast, your character is basically getting up on a platform and telling his followers, "Alright, I'm gonna protect these next guys in this next contract while I'm naked," or something of that variety. In addition to this, many of your quests have you fighting on the side of justice or villainy. In one quest, you can earn good boy points but less money if you fight off the bandits who are looting a farm. Or you can rake in more shekels by helping the bandits loot the farm. I guess the definition of a hero in this game is just someone who does things for people, because Whisper opposes you once you choose your side, whether it's good or bad. It just seems kind of weird for you to have been rescued by this guy who runs the Justice League, only for you to go, "Yeah, you know what? My family had it coming. Being a murdering bandit is the way to go." Either way, this kind of choice is pretty damn cool, even if it doesn't affect the game's overall story. A lot of the times I felt pretty overwhelmed by the sheer amount of things that I could do. But I don't necessarily always consider that a bad thing. When it's done right, a large amount of choices and things to do can make time fly by fast when you play a game. And that's exactly what happened to me with Fable.
You're now renowned enough to use the sexy hero pose expression.
There's a variety of different settings, enemy types, and little bonus additions like these minigames that change from area to area. But one of my favorite things about Fable are these giant talking stone doors. I absolutely love these demon doors. They're probably one of the biggest things I remembered from the Fable series, just because of how cool and different they are. They're another big part of Fable's unique flavor that would probably make the game feel less complete if they weren't there. The riddles they present range from things as simple as turning on a lamp in your inventory or wearing a certain set of armor, to performing great evil deeds, asking a door to marry you, or giving birth to inflation porn in this world.
I'm not interested in your meager frame. Get some meat on you. I want beefy, blubbery, plump, porcine.
Finally, someone who understands me. The doors open up into these cozy little areas with some nice aesthetic or interesting vibe to them. And rewards range from elixirs which extend your life or magic bars, to powerful weapons and outfits. Not all of the reward areas are particularly compelling to look at, but a lot of them do have their own interesting spin and their own little stories to tell without stating anything implicitly. They're a fantastic addition to the game with just how odd they are and how satisfying they are to open.
Outside every thin person is a fat one trying to get in. Enter, weighty wanderer.
Partway through this shithole of a marsh is the Darkwood Bordello, an establishment aimed at providing pleasure to men in exchange for monetary, it's a whorehouse. The owner's name is Mr. Grope, which, yeah, alright. He apparently is an awful person who treats the women here like trash and only cares about profit. The leader of the women here is trying her best to get the deed to the establishment from him so that she can be rid of him, which is where I come in. But first, I gotta go for a test drive here. The most interesting thing that we learn here is that I look like a fat, dad-bodied Geralt of Rivia. After this, obtaining the deed is as simple as getting the owner shit-faced, who then proceeds to babble up the stairs and into bed, where he sleep talks, has a heart-to-heart with you while you tenderly watch over him. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, he reveals the location of the deed, which is buried out front near the statue. After coming back with a spade, you can dig it up and become the new owner of the bordello. This means that you can make a profit every few days from the establishment, and you can sleep with the ladies as often as you want for free. But if you want to be the best boy, you can turn the bordello into a women's shelter, and I like that option, so I do that and get rewarded with a little halo over my head for being such a good sport. On the flip side of this newfound holiness is the Chapel of Scorn. Also branching off the Darkwood area of the map, the chapel is a place where you can bring followers with you to sacrifice them to the evil god Skorm. The whole area is very reminiscent of the Red Mountain area of Morrowind, which is pretty awesome. There's an entire system here where it's better to sacrifice at a certain hour if you're good, evil, or neutral. The rewards you reap get really good, including the best bow in the game. The system is ridiculously convoluted and definitely reeks of the older game mentality of making a very complicated system and just letting the players figure it out. When you make it to the next major town area, you run into the little girl who you helped out in the prologue of the game. Apparently, she made it through the attack and is now hell-bent on giving you Vietnam flashbacks. Hey, you know how everyone you love died? I thought you did too, but guess not. Okay, bye. It actually took me a moment to realize that Oakvale's the village your character's from. I guess I just thought it would look like shit, but apparently it's repopulated nicely. Maze meets you outside of the tavern and lets you know that years ago a hero named Twinblade moved on from the guild to unite dozens of bandit clans and start wreaking unified havoc on a lot of towns. Maze believes that he might have been the one behind the siege on your village all those years ago. And he also believes that an exceptionally talented seer has been helping them become rich. So my mission here is twofold. One, to find out if it was Twinblade who was behind the attack, and two, to make use of the seer's services to figure out the whereabouts of my sister. Infiltrating the bandit camp has you doing a tutorial for sneaking, which is painfully slow, and probably works about as well as Elder Scrolls sneaking does if you get it to a high enough level. Case in point, this guy explains to his comrade here that Twinblade is only letting people with full bandit outfits into the camp. Then he turns around and goes, "Who is that?" And then he just kind of forgets about you when you crouch a little bit. The game goes from teaching you how to sneak to pretty much giving you zero option to do so in the next area, as there's like 40 bandits here just hanging out. So I dash on by them because I boasted earlier about not killing anyone. Along the way, I scoop up 5 pieces of bandit gear, which allows me to transform into my alter ego, the Chromosome Kidnapper. The guy in front of the gate goes, "Yo, sick bandit gear, bro. Is that an angry mob behind you?" Ah well, come on in. When you make it in, you can change back into your old clothing if you want to, and you can freely roam the camp. There's a few vendors, a gameskeeper guy, and a big fella simply named Slam. Alright. I hire him to follow me around after I play a game of peekaboo with the gameskeeper so that I can win a free ticket into the elite part of the camp. Slam and I saunter into the camp, ready to blast some bandit ass. Except I still boasted about not killing anyone, so I gotta come up with something else. So I pay these assassins to create a diversion, and they do so by picking on the most beta of the bandits. And this causes the alarms to be raised for some reason, and all 3 guards storm out of the castle to chase the assassins away. It's here where we meet the most mismatched body and voice combination in the game.
My legs have been dying to meet you.
This mountain of meat's hoarse whisper sounds better suited to a blind old man in a tavern, but whatever. He's ready to fight, and I'm ready to loot. Apparently he doesn't count as a bandit, so I do eventually give up on my loot quest to defeat him. After his defeat, the seer reveals herself from the tent, which had no extra hiding spaces, and I definitely just scoured the entire thing for loot. She also gives you about a half a second to process her existence before going, "Hey, by the way, I'm your sister." I guess the raiders found her face to be just as unfortunate as I did, and decided to cut out her eyes. And dye her hair, I guess. Weird. Then again, mine just up and turned blonde, so yeehaw, I guess. The narrator tells you that the raiders tossed her aside and then she crawled around for 3 days before bandits found her. Twinblade basically kept her at his side after seeing how surprisingly adept she was in combat, and the whole seeing into the future thing. She basically became a complete badass, and she imparts to you some kind of gift of power before leaving you again. You get the choice of killing or sparing this walking anime villain and then depart the camp. When you return back to Maze, he goes, "Oh, yeah, nice. Congrats on having a sister still. Yo, you want to do some arena fighting though? Also, my archaeologist friend might have gotten himself killed. Want to check that out?" I don't know, I was just sitting here thinking he might have a lead on the raiders who killed my childhood, but let's go rescue that guy. But before that, I realized that I have to pay Slam all the time. I even gotta pay the fella during cutscenes. I guess I could probably just let him go back to the camp. Or...
The rope engine.
Alright, now it's off to the Witchwood, an area on a little island to the top left of the map. It's basically a rainier and lighter shade of Darkwood. You find Maze's archaeologist friend behind this demon door who gets mad at you for finding him. And then shortly after, you find the counterpart to the Chapel of Scorn, called the Temple of Avo. Instead of sacrificing dudes for profit, you instead have to pitch in your hard-earned money for good boy points. So it's basically a Catholic church. It does reward you with one of the better melee weapons in the game eventually, but yeah, it takes a lot of funds. But it does actually take a lot less if you start chipping in when you're 100% evil. So...
Follow.
Scorn's insect infestation, fire, furnace, and flame, scorn, acid, and brimstone bath.
Alright, now we can pick this bad boy up. It's still expensive as hell, but hey, it's worth it. I replaced it an hour later. Also, there's this King Arthur-ass sword up on this hill, and you gotta be super strong to rip it out. Ironically, by the time you get this strong, the amount of DPS it outputs is less than a few of the two-handed weapons you can grab from other sources. Still, it's pretty cool to come back as this monster of a human to rip this thing out of the ground in front of everyone. And the description says that the twins who made it cut off their own hands to make sure that no one else could make another one. Brutal. After this area comes the next town, Knothole Glade. It's been having a bit of a Balverine trouble lately, and I guess I'm the one that needs to fix it by fighting off these assholes. Their raids have become more and more brazen since their leader, a white Balverine, has been leading them into town. Supposedly a hunter who lived in the town killed the last one and then disappeared. The wife reveals to you shortly after that her hunter husband had gotten bitten by that same Balverine, and now has become one himself. So you have to take him and his lackeys out with a silver augmented weapon, or just a really powerful one. When you return with the fella's head, the leader of the town lets you know that he's basically going to sponsor you for the arena, allowing you to start competing in it against other heroes. The arena is actually pretty goddamn cool. The rules are about what you'd expect, except that you keep fighting until you're ready to throw in the towel. Every round that you fight nets you more and more money until you make it to the grand prize. The first round has you fighting these stingy boys. The second round has you fighting a herd of fat, short Thanos. And then the third round hits and you're joined by Whisper from here on out. And I absolutely hate this decision, because it's very obvious why she's put here and what's likely going to happen. On top of this, she's absolutely useless beyond drawing extra enemies towards her. Like, I'm one-shotting some of these mobs and the most she can do is knock them down sometimes. And then it's like, wow! These two heroes are truly on the same level as one another. Cool. So yeah, you fight a series of the same type of enemies that you've seen in the game so far. Werewolves, bandits, zombies, trolls, other trolls, and then finally the big boss, a gigantic, gnarly-looking scorpion. This guy probably would have been a lot more difficult if I had fought it with my melee weapon exclusively, but he does absolutely nothing when you hang back and shoot him, so that's what I did. So here's the big, semi-predictable twist. Apparently there's a guy dubbed the Hero of Heroes known as the Jack of Blades. He's returned after a long time to reside over this tournament and give out the final bonus prize. So MF Doom comes walking out and basically sounds and looks like what you'd expect an average villain to sound and look like. Instead of dropping some sick beats and lyrics on us, he says, "Alright, now,
fight to the death."
While I understand this quote-unquote plot twist, the game spoils it before you even make it to this point due to the boast system. You have an option to kill your enemies or spare them as a boast. And since every wave has a monster or bandit type, you never get that option. Introducing Whisper as an ally is an awful decision no matter how you slice it, and I wish they would have instead left me alone and introduced her afterwards as my final opponent, suddenly. So the final fight between us shows how useless she truly is, and has her saying not to kill her, and that she wouldn't have killed you if she had won. If I do kill her, I get 10,000 gold, an assload of evil points, and Thunder continues to be an asshole to me, I'd imagine. By the way, this is Thunder. Thunder is Whisper's sister, and he's just the worst.
I only hope you both end up in the arena one day.
All he has to do is give her one final strike.
Then we'll see who the greater hero is.
Don't do it, fanboy.
Anyways, when I initially accepted this quest, I needed money. I needed money badly for this big-ass club strapped to my back. I was full evil, sacrificing people, not caring who I killed. If I was still in this position, I would kill Whisper with no hesitation. She's been nothing but annoying this entire game, constantly acting like she's better than me despite literally never once proving so. And then her older brother, whose thigh is bigger than my entire being, talks shit to me at every given opportunity. Even in her possible final moments, she calls you a farm boy again. I get that this is more of a thing because your guy doesn't have a name, but he does have a title, and she could have called him that, or just anything not as derogatory. Either way, I do decide to spare her because I'm ready to go back to the good side. I'm just tired of people cowering from me, I guess. You sacrifice a dozen or so villagers and suddenly everyone's afraid, Jesus. When you return to the readying area, Thunder's there, and he's talking shit about you again. He tells you that this isn't over, and blah blah blah. Lady Grey is the more interesting person here. She's the mayor of Bowerstone, and she cordially invites you to her manor before taking her 2 best assets with her and leaving. After this, you're escorted out of the arena by a guard who points out to you that you reminded him of the first female hero of the arena, Scarlet Robe. A statue of her lies on the right side of the hall, and your character falls to his knees at the sight of it. Apparently, he can see a distinguishable human being in this lump of Play-Doh, and more importantly, it's that of his mother. The Jack of Blades swings by and monologues about how great she was, and how she left behind 2 great heroes in her wake. Then he casually goes, "Yeah, I can't wait to reunite all 3 of you." My character does not react to this at all. The guy definitely admits that he was behind the attacks, more or less, while my character is just sitting there dreamweavering in front of the statue. So I guess instead of taking my vengeance, it's off to have a tea party with Lady Grey. Oh, and to find my sister again. But first, Lady Grey. She's all over you almost immediately and asks you to pick her up a black rose. The item description for this says that you have to have a heart as black as the petals to appreciate it, so I'm guessing that she's not a great person. Also, the guy about to be executed in this cage says that too, but I kind of want to marry her, so... Next, she wants you to own a house before marrying her, which... I mean, come on, who do you think I am? And finally, she wants you to retrieve her necklace from someone who stole it off of her. You talk to all of these assholes around town, and they're all like, "Man, I can't believe Lady Grey murdered the shit out of her sister. Did you know that Lady Grey actually literally slaughtered her own sister and took her necklace from her? Did you know that Lady Grey is wearing her dead-ass sister's necklace? It's an Oakvale, by the way." Despite all of these clues and seemingly limitless witnesses, my character completely ignores these people to go retrieve her necklace for her. I'm very disappointed in him, but it's okay. So I head off to Oakvale and into a tavern that's packed with hearts. I've never had more people love me in my entire life until I played this game. But more importantly, Whisper's here, and she's like, "Hey, sorry I belittled you and gave you shit for the entire time that I've known you. It's because I was super jealous. Anyways, I thought I'd tell you now, and I'm going back to my old country. See ya, nerd." I mean, it's cool that she apologized, but I guess I don't care at all because she's been a total non-factor for her entire existence. Speaking of non-factors, not only have these 2 goofballs been watching the entrance of the cemetery to make sure that they could talk in private and then reveal the necklace location anyways when I walk in, but Thunder is apparently the other suitor to Lady Grey. He basically says that he's gonna kill me up on this spooky-ass hill and has told a bunch of peasants or something. I was thinking we were just gonna meet in the arena, but I guess this works. This guy is a horrible fight. It isn't difficult, it's just annoying. Thunder's moves consist of spinning at you, blocking, and his main move, calling lightning down around him in a circle. This makes melee combat a stupid idea, and the entire fight is basically just shooting him over and over again. Halfway through his health bar, he tackles you off a cliff and your character sounds like this. Then he goes, "You think you can take her just by killing me? She loves me!" Then he runs away to this cave where the final chunk of fight takes place with no modification to strategy or new moves. When you defeat him, you don't get the chance to lop his head off or anything. He just kinda limps away and says that you can have Lady Grey. When you make it back to Lady Grey and tell her that you beat shit for brains, she marries you on the spot and that's that. I was hoping there'd be something a bit more special for marrying her, but I guess 15,000 gold and access to this demon door is a pretty good reward.
Let's go to bed, shall we?
Alright, time to go meet my blind sister. She's hanging out at the place that Lady Grey was raised in, I believe, known as the Grey House. This place is goddamn ominous. And it's really cool. It actually put me on edge a little bit, even though realistically nothing's going to hurt me. Stepping inside the house has this clock ringing before zombies rise from the floorboards. They're pretty easy to kill, but then the camera pans outside to show you some kind of thumping coming from one of the graves. Further investigation brings you into contact with this journal written by Lady Grey, basically stating that she's going to run Bowerstone no matter what, and that the masked man was the one who spurred this. So I imagine that would be the Jack of Blades. And finally, to put a bow on this area, the graves out back don't have any zombies that spawn, but they do say things like, "I finished first in the human race," and "Not dead, just sleeping, buried me anyway." My wife's a murderer. So Sis here tells you that your mom is actually still alive and being held by the Jack of Blades in some sort of prison. His goal seems to be to get some kind of special sword which has the capability of destroying the world or something along those lines. He was also the person who cut out your sister's eyes in the first place. The archaeologist from before knows how to get into